Greetings, Namo Buddhaya. In this module number 3, I shall be talking about how the date of the Buddha has been calculated. When we say date of the Buddha, it basically means the date of the Mahaparinirvana, because that was the most important event in the life of the Buddha and in Buddhism in general. So how this date has been calculated, the date of the Mahaparinirvana of the Buddha. 6 events in the life of the Buddha are considered very important by all Buddhists. These are conception by his mother, birth in Lumbini Grove, exactly 10 months after conception, then departure from home in Kapilavastu at the age of 29, then attainment of enlightenment, that is Bodhi, at the age of 35 under the Bodhi tree near Uruvela, which is now called Bodh Gaya. Then delivery of the first sermon in the deer park on the outskirts of Varanasi, 2 months after having attained enlightenment. And then the death of the Buddha at the age of 80. Interestingly, 3 of these events, that is the conception of the Buddha by Maya, then leaving home at the age of 29, and the delivery of the first sermon. These 3 events took place on the full moon day in the month of Asad. The other 3 events, that is the birth of the Buddha, the attainment of enlightenment, and then the Mahaparinirvana of the Buddha, his death. These 3 events also took place on the full moon day, but in the month of Vesak. As I said, the Buddhists consider the Mahaparinirvana, that is the death of the Buddha, as the most important event in his life. So when we say date of the Buddha, it basically means the date of the death of the Buddha, the year in which the Buddha died. The literary and archaeological information available for calculating the date of the Mahaparinirvana is totally insufficient. Thus, calculations done by experts are very, very tentative and controversial. Interestingly, as I said, all the 6 events take place on the full moon day or night, and 3 on the full moon day in Asad, and 3 in Vesak. This itself has sort of made scholars believe that perhaps it's sort of more kind of mythical. Now, when we do the calculation of the date of the Buddha, the one useful date is the date of Ashoka, as Ashoka is mostly used as a sort of reference point in the calculation of the date of the Buddha. This is one important, interesting, useful date for calculation of the date of the Buddha. So when we do the calculation of the date of the Buddha, first we have to calculate the date of Ashoka, because the coronation of Ashoka in many ways is linked to the Mahaparinirvana of the Buddha. So first date of Ashoka's coronation has to be calculated. And the date of Ashoka's accession is generally calculated to 268 BCE on the basis of the names of some Greek kings who are mentioned in Ashoka's, one of Ashoka's inscriptions. They were Ashoka's contemporaries, and Ashoka had diplomatic relations apparently with them. And so what we do is these names are mentioned in one of the inscriptions of King Ashoka. King Ashoka had diplomatic relations with these kings, and we have an approximate idea about the dates of these kings. And for all these 6 kings, we have a common date, and on the basis of that common date, we believe that Ashoka's coronation took place around 268 BCE, plus minus maybe a couple of years. So this information that we have in the rock edicts of Ashoka number 2 and 13. On this basis, Ashoka's coronation that is Abhishek, which took place in the 4th year of his reign, that is after 3 years, is generally calculated in the year, as I said, 265. That is 268 minus 3, because he captures the throne and then for more than 3 years he has to, he fought wars against other claimants, and his coronation took place about 3 years in the 4th year after he was successful in capturing the throne. So that means the date of coronation of Ashoka is about 265 BCE. So this date of Ashoka has been accepted more or less satisfactorily by modern scholarship. So now we have the date of Ashoka's coronation. The time lapse between Mahaparinirvana of the Buddha, that is death of the Buddha, and Ashoka's coronation has been given differently by the two ecclesiastical traditions in Buddhism, the Northern tradition and the Southern tradition. We have these two traditions in Buddhism when we look at the sources that give us information with regard to the date of the Buddha. So according to various texts of the Northern Buddhist tradition, also known as the short chronology, because this date is shorter, the Buddha died 100 or 110 years before Ashoka's coronation. On this basis, the date of the Mahaparinirvana is calculated to 365. That is, 265 is the year of Ashoka's coronation plus 100 years to 365, or if you add 110, then it comes to 375 BCE as the date of the death of the Buddha. The main proponents of short chronology, among others, are professors like Heinz Beschert, K.T.S. Sarao and Richard Gombrich. By examining archaeological data and the information in the Sri Lankan chronicles, the scholars have proposed that the Mahaparinirvana took place shortly before or after 400 BCE. So some more kind of calculations are done, and some more data is used from here and there. And so these three scholars and others who agree with this kind of calculation, they say that the Buddha's Mahaparinirvana took place somewhere around 400 BCE and plus minus a few years. So this short chronology has been primarily criticized on the ground that the figure 100 or 110 appears to be a fabrication by the monks of the Sarvastivada sect of Mathura, who wanted to connect Upgupta with King Ashoka. As a result of this device, the coronation year of Ashoka was moved to fit in with the events of monk Upgupta's life. That is around 100 years after the Nirvana.